ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಬೈಬಲ್ ಕೀನೋಟ್ಸ್, Genesis chapter 31. Jacob flees from Laban. So Jacob's departure from Laban's household with his family and livestock. God instructs Jacob. You have to mute, sir. Emmanuel, magu mute madama. So Jacob's departure from Laban's household with his family and livestock. God instructs Jacob to return to his homeland, promising his continued presence and protection. Rachel and Leah support Jacob's decision, acknowledging their mistreatment by Laban. So this chapter unfolds with tension as Rachel secretly steals Laban's household gods and Laban pursues Jacob. However, after a heated exchange, they make a covenant and part their ways. So here we read the word Mizpah. What is Mizpah? It's a Hebrew word which means watchtower or outlook in the context of Genesis 31:49. Mizpah refers to a monument or a pile of stones set up by Jacob and Laban as a witness to their covenant. Mizpah is also used in other biblical contexts, such as a city in Benjamin. We read it in Joshua 18:26. A mountain in Moab. We read it in Judges 11:29. A symbol of God's watchful care. We read this in Psalm 59:10. Also Jeremiah 31:10. So the concept of Mizpah continues to inspire and remind people of God's presence, protection, and guidance in their lives. Chapter 32, Genesis. The angel of God meets Jacob. And we heard he names that place Mahanaim. Again, it's a Hebrew word which means two camps or two armies. In the context of Genesis 32:2-3, Mahanaim refers to a place where Jacob encounters angel of God and he names the place Mahanaim, symbolizing this is God's camp. So Jacob prepares to meet Esau. He's filled with fear, recalling his past deceit. Jacob prays earnestly to God, confessing his unworthiness and pleading for deliverance from Esau's wrath. So the night before the encounter, Jacob wrestles with a mysterious man till dawn, earning the new name Israel, meaning he strives with God. So this struggle symbolized Jacob's internal battles and in his perseverance in seeking God's blessing. This is transformative experience which marks a significant spiritual growth in Jacob's life. And also this encounter left Jacob with a limp, a physical reminder of his dependence on God. So this humility was crucial in Jacob's transformation as it shifted his reliance from his own cunning to God's strength and guidance. So long he was doing all things by himself, cheating. He cheated his brother. He tried everything by himself. But now God changes his name to Israel. He even gets a physical deformity, and now he's totally transformed and he's totally depending on God. So the importance of this chapter: wrestling with our own shortcomings, seeking divine transformation, just as Jacob did at Peniel. The name Peniel, we heard, means face of God. Reflects Jacob's realization that he had seen God face to face and survived. So that is the keynotes about chapter 32. Genesis chapter 33, Jacob meets Esau. They have a reconciliation which serves as an inspirational reminder that forgiveness definitely is possible, and God's grace can transform hearts. Later, Jacob settles in Canaan, building an altar to God, indicating his continued commitment to God. Amen. And that's the end of keynotes, Genesis chapter 33. So questions for today